Hey guys, it's Mr. Dollar, also known as Peace Daddy. Today, our lesson is going to be on the memorization of multiplication. We're going to be working with the combination booklet. Our goal is to teach the child to make arrays and to solve multiplication facts using those arrays. You may need some flashcards for this lesson, and you're also going to use the free charts that are available at Pinay Homeschooler, Pinay, Pinay Homeschooler, and you can find that on the Teachers Pay Teachers website, or if you're in my classroom, I've got that uploaded to my Google Classroom website that you can access. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera down so we can see the rug. So normally for this lesson, we would use the multiplication bead board that is the oak colored board with the red beads, but I alluded in another video to the fact that you could just make this material at home. You can make your own multiplication bead board. All I've done is taken a piece of chart paper with the larger grids. These are not the centimeter grids. These are closer to 1/2 of an inch. And then I've numbered them 1 through 10 across the top. And that's it. Then the combination booklet that I was talking about earlier looks like this. It comes double-sided, and once you've printed it out, you fold it, and it's several pages. This is the second booklet. The first booklet that you start with, it'll start off, if you're using the threes, it'll say 3 times 1 equals, and then you put the answer. 3 times 2 equals, and then you put the answer. This is the second book. It's a little more difficult, and the threes times tables are out of order. So that's why it starts with 3 times 9, and then 3 times 4 is down at the bottom. It's just to make it a little more difficult for you, so you're not just counting by threes while you're doing the work. There's 3 of these booklets, and when you're done with all 3, you are probably ready to move on to the next work. So let's do the lesson. The way that you start out is if you had a Montessori, the multiplication bead board, you would have some wooden cards, and they would have numbers on them, and you would slide the 3 card into the side of this work. And let's just start with the problem at the bottom, which is 3 times 4. That's a good one. And then you would put the red spacer at the top of the 4 to indicate that that's where you're going to stop. So I'm just going to put one of my beans. I just have a bowl of dried beans here that I'm using for counters instead of my red beads. And I'm going to put one of those on top of the 4 to indicate that that's the column where I'm going to stop. So 3 times 4 is the problem. In the first column, we're going to put 3 beads. 3 is the multiplicand. So that's the number that we're multiplying. We're multiplying 3. And 4 is the multiplier. So we're taking 3 4 times. So there's 3 one time, 1, 2, 3. There's 3 2 times, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're just going to keep going in that fashion until we're done. Okay, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 columns of 3. And I can count those beans up to see what 3 times 4 is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3 taken 4 times, or 3 times 4, is 12. So you would write 12 right here on your paper. Another thing that you can do if you don't want this to be a consumable that you have to use and then throw away is if you like, you can laminate this, and by laminating it, you can write on the paper with an expo marker, and then you can erase what you've written. And that way you can practice over and over again, and you can reuse the material, and you don't have to throw it away after each use. So let's do another one. So 3 taken 7 times. What would that look like? So you're going to clear the board. Always clear the board when you do a new problem. And this time we're working with 3, but we're going to take it 7 times. So I'm going to move this little bean over on top of the 7. And then I'm going to do groups of 3 until I get to the 7. Okay, I'm all done. I've got 3 going down in each column. Every column has 3, and I have 7 columns. So this is the problem. 3 groups of 7. This one right here. 3 groups of 7, or 3 times 7. So I would just start counting them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So 3 times 7 must be 21. And if you like, there's a couple of different ways that you can check this. Again, on my Google Classroom site, if you're in my classroom, there is a chart called the multiplication table number 1. And multiplication table number 1 has the answers to all of these problems. Another thing you could do is just use a calculator. If you have a calculator at home, you just punch in 3 times 7 equals, and you can check your answer that way. All right? So, again, as always, thank you for watching. This is Mr. Dollar, otherwise known as Peace Daddy. See you later.